What's on, guys? Just here back to my channel, and tonight, very late video of WWE Smackdown and Rampage, and also I watched the Bianca Belair and Montez Ford's the new WWE reality show and stuff, and it was good and stuff. It's all 8 episodes, but it's not that long. The episodes are not that long, like some are 30 minutes or 26, 29, 27 minutes or whatever. So I finished it all in one sitting. So a couple minutes ago I did. So I finished all of it and stuff, and yeah, a pretty good show. Um, so yeah, we're gonna go ahead. Sorry, I don't want to say go ahead twice. Um, to review Rampage. Smackdown and Rampage and different videos if you want me to. I don't know, but I'm making this video, shooting this video right now. So we see Roman Reigns and the Bloodline have arrived. We shoot to the backstage area where we see WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns and the rest of the Bloodline walking the hallways. We then shoot into a lengthy recap video package looking back at this past Saturday's WWE Royal Rumble 2024 Premium Live event. Men's and women's Royal Rumble winners arrived. The video package wraps up, and then we see a live shot of the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes backstage. The camera angle switches to Bayley, and Damage Control are also arriving to the building for the show, with Corey Graves reminding us her WrestleMania 40 decision is coming tonight. And also, guys, it is thundering outside. I'm sorry, making this it's kind of, you know what I mean, rainy and thundering. So sorry if you can hear it. If you can't, that's fine. Just ignore it. Pretend you're looking at me. Just let me hear me mostly. So yeah. WWE US Champion Logan Paul kicks off the show. Oh my god. Inside Legacy Arena, we hear the familiar sounds of the entrance theme music of Logan Paul. Out comes the WWE United States Champion to the ring to kick off this week's show as he sells in the ring play-by-play. Man Graves introduces color commentator Wade Barrett to welcome us to the show. Paul gets on the mic and the fans boo. He says Alabama sucks and then mentions how he admits he took Kevin Owens lightly and that the prize fighter is tougher than he thought. He says Owens inflicted more damage on him than even Floyd Mayweather. He says Owens made him bleed and almost knocked him out, but he still lost. He continues and mocks CM Punk for not being able to live his WrestleMania dream due to a triceps injury. He mocks others for dealing with knee issues. He says he doesn't get hurt. He asks when the fans are going to get it. He's the best talent on this brittle roster as he keeps talking trash. The thing for Kevin Owens cuts him off. Owens says, as good as it will be to be U.S. champion, it was better to get to just beat the hell out of him. He says now that he's done that, got it out of his system, he's ready to take that title off of him. Paul says he should have used his one and only opportunity at the title better. He says the brass knuckles was his plan. He was playing chess and Owens was playing go fish. He gets in the ring and admits he got caught using the brass knucks. He gets in Paul's face and says he's gonna take his title. Paul tells him to back up because he stinks. Yeah, Logan Paul stinks. He sucks ass. I can't stand him. He has a punchable face. Kevin Owens versus the first match is Kevin Owens versus Austin Theory. Owens says he bathed in prime before he got here. Paul says must not have been cherry freeze because it's awesome. Paul tells Owens he needs to get ready for a fight and he's gonna get ready to talk trash about him on commentary. With that said, the theme for Austin Theory hits and out he comes, accompanied by Grayson Waller as he heads to the ring. Paul settles in on guest commentary. On that note, we shift gears and head to a quick pre-match commercial break. When we return, the commentators hype the face-to-face confrontation between Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes tonight. That's gonna shit me. We see We see Paul sitting. I almost said Paul Heyman. We see Paul comfortably next to Graves and Barrett as the bell sounds to start off Owens and Theory in the ring. Owens takes Theory down and controls him with the headlock as Paul laughs off Barrett's accusations of him being afraid of Owens. We head to a mid-match break on that note. When we return, we see Theory is still dominating the action over Owens. Since the break, Theory comes close to finishing off Owens a few times, but then we get to the finishing sequence, which sees Waller hop on the Aaron and try to sneak brass knuckles to Theory. Owens gets them and blasts Waller, and then Theory with them. While Logan Paul was distracting the ref, he turned around in time to count 3 to give Owens the win. Owens chases Paul through the crowd after the match, so Kevin Owens is the winner. Alright, Tiffany Stratton signed with Smackdown. We shoot backstage and we see Naomi coming out of Nick Aldis's locker room to the excitement of Bianca Belair, Shotzi, and Mission. Tiffany Stratton walks up and asks where her applause is because she just signed with SmackDown too. She smacks Mission in the face and walks off. Aldis comes out and makes a match for them tonight. Alright, second match. Fatal 4-way tag team qualifier. Pretty Deadly versus LWO versus Tyra Bate and P. Dunne versus Angel and Umberto. Back inside the arena, Pretty Deadly make their way to the ring for a fatal 4-way tag team qualifier match with tag titles implications. As they settle in the ring, we shift gears and head into a pre-match commercial break. When we return, we see Belair talking to Aldis about she has to do to get a shot at Io Sky, and Bayley picks Rhea Ripley for WrestleMania. Logan Paul comes up and cuts off Belair offends her, saying he wants a match against someone tonight, anyone but Kevin Owens. Belair and him argue about him cutting her off, and he walks off. We shoot to a Legado del Fantasma vignette with Santos Escobar happing up Angel and Umberto and their new female member, Elektra Lopez. Out comes Angel and Umberto, accompanied by the others for the group. Already in the ring is LWO and the duo of Tyra Bate and Pete Dunne, as well as the Pretty Deadly duo that came to the prior to the break. The bell sounds and we're officially off and running with this one. Bate beats down a member of Pretty Deadly early on and then tags in Pete Dunne, who picks up where he left off. We head to a mid-match commercial break as the action continues. When we return, Grace informs us the winning team for this match will face the team that wins a fatal 4-way tag bout on Monday's Raw. The winner of that match will challenge Judgment Day for the Go at Elimination Chamber. As the action continues, we see Bate and Dunne pick up the pace and take over on offense, with the Bruiserweight setting the crowd on fire en route to picking out the victory for his team with the win. Bate and Dunne will face the winner of Monday's fatal 4-way tag bout to decide the challengers for the title. At the chamber. Winners are advancing to number 1 contender are Tyra Bate and Pete Dunne. Alright, Damage Control shows true colors and Bayley heard it all. We see footage of Bayley winning the Women's Royal Rumble and then her being confronted by Nia Jax on Raw and revealing that she will make her decision regarding her pick for which that title she is going after WrestleMania tonight on SmackDown. As we return live, we see the Damage Control members Asuka, Kairi Sane, and Io Sky all laughing with their towels and saying among themselves, "Don't worry, Bayley is done tonight." They walk off and laughing, and the camera pans to show Bayley could overhear them saying that in the background, the whole crowd in the arena is heard saying, "Aww." Yeah, poor Bayley. As Bayley makes a sad face, we head to another commercial break. On that note, when we return, we see Bailey introduced as the Women's Royal Rumble winner for 2024, and now she comes accompanied by Damage Control. It's time to find out who Bailey is going to challenge for a title at WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia. Her music dies down as she and Damage Control settle in the ring. Also in the ring is Raw General Manager Adam Pearce, who is standing in the background in the corner. Fans chant Bailey, Bailey. She talks about how this year is special at WrestleMania. She competed in the past. She even hosted the show. She says this year is special because she has her girls with her. Damage Control. She says Damage Control is more than just the best women's faction of all time. Damage Control is family. As she is saying this, Asuka, Kairi Sane, and Io Sky can be seen giggling in the background right behind her. Bailey says she wants to prove she is the best. She says to be the best. She wants to be one of the absolute best. Bailey says this brings her to Rhea Ripley. She says, or she can go on a different route and fight a different fight because sometimes it's not all about holding a title. Sometimes it's more personal. Sometimes it comes down to what's in your heart and proving people wrong. She says as she turns to look at Damage Control that sometimes the people you thought were your biggest support system and your friends are your biggest enemies. She asks if they're done laughing. She then says something in Japanese. She says she learned how to speak it after hearing them talk so often behind her back. As she continued, she brings up how Io turned on her when Asuka and Kairi Sane came around. Kairi and Asuka get around Bailey and attack her from behind. They all start stomping her out and beating her down as fans boo. Bailey pulls out a leaf pipe she had concealed on herself and starts beating them all down with it. The only two left in the ring are Bailey and Io Sky. Bailey has her pipe and Sky has her title. Bailey holds back for the blasting. The champ Io ducks for cover and leaves the ring. And about the announcement, Io, I'll see you at WrestleMania, says Bailey, who slams the mic as the crowd explodes. This was so dumb. Yep. Alright, the Final Testament with brawls with Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. It's time to head back into the ring for our next match of the evening. The lights go black and white on the broadcast out, led by Paul Ellering and Scarlett. Come the trio of Karrion Kross, the authors of Pain. They settle in the ring for scheduled 6-man tag team action. Their music dies down, and now the theme for their opponents hits. And now comes Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. The 6-man collide in the ring and immediately start brawling wildly as the crowd comes unglued. Lashley gets his hand on Kross, but Scarlett jumps on his back and scratches at his eyes like she did last week before she can do any real damage. However, B-Fab hits the ring and attacks Scarlett. She and the Final Testament group often running to the back. Lashley and the Prophet stand tall. The commentators talk about how B-Fab has joined the group, and even the battle they have against the Final Testament, which is unsettled. So there was no match. So yeah, Nick Aldis meets with Brumberger, Jake Cargo. We head backstage where Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce are talking as Braun Breaker is standing there holding a Smackdown contract. Pearce convinces him to hear an offer from him before making a decision. He agrees and says he'll hold on to his Smackdown contract before signing it, and he'll see Pearce on Monday. After that, and comes Jade Cargill. She tells Aldis he wanted to meet her and asks if this is a good time. He says it is, but first tells Pearce to leave. Pearce does, but first mocks him for being a James Bond villain. And where's Cargo? He's in a mood tonight. Alright. Tiffany Stratton versus Michin. All right, main event time, which is the third match, but the other with the Bobby Lashley and the final testament, there wasn't really a match, so nobody won, there was no winner. So this is the third match of the evening, which is the main event. Back inside the arena, the theme for Tiffany Stratton hits, and out comes the former NXT Women's Champion for our next match of the evening. As she settles into the ring, we shift gears and head to a quick pre-match commercial break. When we return from the break, Minchin makes her way out and settles in the ring. The bell sounds, and we get this one officially off the ring. When Stratton starts off strong, but Minchin takes over and controls the flow of the action for the next couple of minutes. Stratton trips Minchin up on the ring apron from the floor as we head into a mid-match break. With her now in the offensive driver's seat, when we return, Tiffany gets in Minchin's face and yells at her, telling her she's nothing. Minchin slaps her back for slapping her because earlier and fights back. Tiffany's time ultimately kicks in from there on, as a former NXT Women's Champion takes back over and hits a big Alabama slam before heading to the top rope and finishing this one off with her prettiest moonsault ever for the pinfall victory. So yeah, Tiffany Stratton won the match. So now we go to Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns go face to face. Alright, main event segment. We see an advertisement for Gunther celebrating 600 days as the Intercontinental Champion, and the Kabuki Warriors defending their tag titles against Kaden Carter and Katana Chance on Monday's Raw. Next week we'll see Pete Dunne and Tyron Bay facing the winner of a Raw Fatal 4-Way. Nick Aldis will announce Logan Paul's next U.S. title challenger next week on Smackdown as well. We head to Nick Aldis in the ring, but before he says a word, Roman Reigns' theme hits. The Tribal Chief settles in the ring. The Wise Man, Paul Heyman, Jimmy Uso, and Solo Sikoa gets on the mic and tells Birmingham to acknowledge him. They do with a big reaction. He goes on to react to comments Seth Rollins made about him on Raw when trying to lure Cody Rhodes, into challenging for his title at WrestleMania. He says he ain't begging for Cody to fight him. He takes shots at Rollins for working 10 times more than him, but making 10 times less. Cody Rhodes' theme hits, and out comes the American Nightmare to a big pop as he makes his way down to the ring. The commentators inform us that his big WrestleMania 14 decision is coming up next. On that note, we head to a quick commercial break. When we return, Cody settles in the ring and the fans chant his name. He asks Birmingham what they want to talk about, and then asks Roman the same. He says he imagined the conversation being a bit more private. He has to indulge him and excuse his fellow Bloodline members so they can talk. Reigns does, but Heyman stays by his side. Cody goes over the comments Rollins made about Reigns' title being the Hollywood title. He calls it what you want. He still wants the title Reigns has. He has what finishing the story is. Cody Rhodes says Reigns claims he owns the ring and the fans and everything in WWE. Cody says is finishing the story taking Reigns' title or taking everything from him. He says he wants more than Reigns' title. He says he's coming for him, but not at WrestleMania. He says he mentioned talking to many people about his decision, and says one of the people he spoke to is someone who knows Roman very well. The theme for The Rock hits, and out comes Hollywood Big Shot Dwayne Johnson to an insanely loud pop from the Birmingham crowd. The Rock shows off his goosebumps to the camera and heads to the ring. As the war grows, he settles in the ring across from Cody. He sticks his hand out. Cody shakes it. Rock pulls him in and whispers something in his ear for a few seconds. Cody smiles. He tells The Rock the ring is his. He exits the ring. It heads to the back. Rock stares at Cody as he walks to the back. The Rock slowly turns and stares at his cousin. Roman Reigns. As his theme music dies down, the fans go nuts. They break out into a loud Rocky, Rocky, Rocky chant. A loud "This is awesome" chant breaks out as well as Rocky slowly closes and Roman does as well. The two go face to face as the credits flash on the bottom of the screen. This week goes on there. So yeah, that was good. It was good towards the end. Yeah, that was the best part of SmackDown and stuff. So good show and stuff, and yeah, that was it. And guys, and don't worry, I'll be doing the Rampage next on the next video and stuff, and hope you see you guys there, and talk to you all in a couple minutes. Laters.